Hello friends, welcome back. So today I am working in my Megan journal. That's what I call this little bitty art book that I've got here. I call it my Megan journal because my wonderful friend Megan, she has two channels, which is Meg and the Moon, and then also Art Witch Tarot, and this one is from a prompt that she made for Art Witch Tarot, her channel there. So basically every month she does like a monthly kind of tarot reading for the month, and then after that she'll do weekly readings, and she also does a art prompt to do with the monthly reading, and she releases that art prompt once a month, and then anyone is absolutely welcome to go ahead and listen to her tarot reading. Or not. If you're not into the tarot reading stuff, I'm sure she'd be just as happy to have you just play along with the art prompt. And so there's both of those things. There's the tarot readings and the art prompt. And basically, I am just going through here and doing my take on her art prompt for that tarot reading. Long story short, that is what's happening here. So I have pulled out my Megan journal. This little bitty journal that I've got here, I use exclusively for Megan's Art Witch Tarot prompts. So she's only done August, and this month is September, but I think she's planning on doing many more months where she's sharing these readings and prompts, and I am really excited. I'm having so much fun with it. Honestly, these challenges, I just sort of get into the flow with them, and I'm in a really good place, and just sort of whatever comes out, comes out. So these butterflies that you've seen me place around everywhere are from my Patreon. So I created these, and they are printable in Patreon if you're interested in them. So I just cut them all out, and I'm going to place them down over this very messy background. So you can see I just scribbled with kitty crayons and then got these kitty paint sticks. I'm just having fun and playing here. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm just playing with colourful supplies that I have to hand. So I grabbed out the pink paint stick, and now I'm grabbing out a purple paint stick and laying down a whole lot of colour into the background. And I love how this looks. It just is so bright and colourful. Most of it is not really seen at the end because I cover over it with all the butterflies, and I have that little blue piece of metallic paper that you will have seen that is a wee pocket. So basically in Megan's prompt, she also did her version of it already, so you can go and watch that. I will have all of her videos for this linked. So she has done it, and there's a pocket, and then inside the pocket you tuck like a circular oracle card that you make. And the tarot card that inspired all of this was the Wheel of Fortune. And when I was listening to her videos about it, it was just really bringing up the idea of the Wheel of the Year for me, and just how do I explain it? Like, basically she was talking about mindfulness and time just moving on regardless of if you are really in it or not. And it's about, kind of being mindful and in the moment and enjoying exactly where you are now. And I don't know, it made me think about the Wheel of the Year a lot, and how time moves in cycles, and, how we have the seasons, and they come and then they go, and then they will be back again in, a year's time. So I don't know, it was just an interesting thought process I had when I was working on this, about how time moves so fast and then it comes back again, and just about being mindful and enjoying exactly where you are, instead of always wishing for it to be summer, or then wishing for the weather to cool down and it for be autumn, and then wishing for autumn to be over and then winter to be through so that you can get back to spring. Just enjoying exactly where I am in life, whether that's seasonally in itself or if it is more just the stage of life I'm in. It was interesting to ponder about, and I was using these butterflies kind of symbolically as well, because they sort of represent change a lot. The butterflies go through a cycle themselves of they're born little eggs, and then they are caterpillars, and then they go into their cocoons, and then are butterflies, and then new eggs are laid and they're born again, kind of. So there's this cycle as well there, and I just really love butterflies at the moment. They're just a symbol that I'm really really obsessed with right now, and so this felt like a really good time to use all of these butterfly printables that I had. So I'm making this little pocket, and I'm going to make my circle card that tucks in there in just a moment. So we've got that pocket sorted and stuck down. I am now just going around and trimming off the excess of the butterflies that are all sticking out. I kind of liked them sticking out, but I knew that they were going to get really damaged as time went on. And I like them trimmed off too. And then I actually grabbed all of my little trimmed off pieces and stuck them back onto the page, so it looked like more butterflies were just outside the page, if you know what I mean. Like you can just see more wings of butterflies sort of peeking in. I don't know if that makes sense, but it worked for me. Like you could just see those edges of other butterflies' wings. I don't know, it worked. So I just didn't want to waste those bits of butterfly wing, so they all ended up on the page too. I had this glitter cardstock that I just sort of tracked down not long before this, in fact, when I was going through some of my Christmassy stuff. And I, pulled it out and thought that this would make a great little card for this particular little journaling thing. And so I think Megan also used glitter cardstock, and that's probably what inspired me also using that. It's just very magical and beautiful. So basically on this card, I want to symbolize the wheel of the year. So I'm making a little section on my card for each of the 4 seasons. So this one here, to me, of the sunflowers that you can barely see because it's basically off screen, is symbolizing summer for me. And so I have stuck down my little summer quadrant. They're not even portions at all. They're very, very uneven, but that's fine. I am not really worried about making this look perfect. I was just sort of roughly creating this. So as you can see, we have quite a large summer compared to the other seasons. I think winter's kind of larger as well, and then autumn's like super tiny, but that is fine. It doesn't really matter. It's just about getting the 4 on there represented and symbolized on there as my wheel of the year. This little basket of pine cones is going to symbolize winter for me. In the winter, we go through so much firewood, and so this had a very cozy feel to me with the little basket of pine cones. Perfect. And then I used an Edith Holden kind of bit here for autumn for me. This, I couldn't really find much that I felt was like perfect for it, but this absolutely worked, and yeah, it's good. I decided to do a little doodle for each of the seasons to add in as well, and so I drew this little sun. I obviously had tried to draw it beforehand, didn't really like how it looked, so I did it again and was much happier. So I drew this little sun and stuck that down here on my summer section to represent that. And here you can see on this orange paper I'm drawing out some autumn leaves, and that is to obviously symbolize autumn. So yeah, I'm just doing some really simple doodling to stick down on each of the sections, just to kind of make it really clear what I'm representing in each of these little quadrants. This is where I remembered I kind of wanted my wheel to sort of be able to spin in the pocket so that it could have the images up the right way, kind of as the seasons change. I can move them if I want to. So I'm sort of repositioning them. The sun was too stuck down. It was too far gone, so it was just fine where it was. But now you can see I can kind of spin each of them and have them sitting upright in my little pocket. At the moment we are spring, heading towards summer. That's why I have left the spring and summer sitting up in the pocket like that. I love it. I think it's so fun. So I'm just going in with my paint pens here and adding a few more little background details just to make it feel a little more magical and feel a little more me. I do a doodly scribbly star on just about everything. So that is what I am including here. Adding in now some little purple polka dot spots all through the background as well. I love them. I love this colour purple. This is a Posca paint pen. It's really pretty. I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll have to try and find it. I just found it and had a look. It's lavender. It's the lavender colour. I think it's so pretty. Then I had my little fine black Posca paint pen, which I have since absolutely destroyed using it on top of oil pastels, but it was working at the time, and I just added the little antenna and some scribbly doodly background bits. So that is, I think, just about all. The last thing I do is with the white, I'm adding a few more little tiny dots, and I then go and write a little message to myself about being in the moment and like just appreciating exactly where I am right now, on the back of my little circular oracle card. So you'll see me do that in just a moment. Obviously first actually I go in with this white pen and I just sort of really scribbly write the season on top of what was going on there already. I just wrote it very messy and scribbly, and yeah, I like it. I really love how my little card turned out. So here I am, and I'm just writing my little message on the back. So I think that's just about it, guys. Thank you so much to Megan for hosting this challenge. Honestly, I absolutely love these every month. I am so excited and looking forward to her prompt. So fun. So this is a look at the final spread. I hope you guys are well, and if you give it a go and check out Megan's channel. I'll have it all linked. Give it a go. Super fun. See you later, guys.